everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Paris and I make videos all about candle making and the starting and managing of my small candle business, Wooden Candle Co. I'm super excited today because I am trying out a starter kit from the Wooden Wick Co. This is not sponsored or anything. I simply just purchased it on my own. I played with wooden wicks quite some time ago, like it's been a minute, and so I'm just thinking about the future of LADYC'S and just collections and things down the line. So I wanted to try out wooden wicks again, and so I thought, why not just start with a starter kit just to kind of get my hands and feet wet again. So that's what we're doing today. So let's just get started. Let's go ahead and dive in. I have everything kind of prepped and laid out here. I'll first show you the box that it came in, and then I'll flip the camera around so you can kind of see what all came into the package. First of all, is this box not gorgeous? Like, let's just talk about the packaging. Y'all know I'm a sucker for packaging. Gorgeous, gorgeous box. It looks like this, and it comes with a nice encouraging quote, which says, "Creativity is contagious, pass it on." And it came packaged in this, like, I don't even know what you would call this. It feels like hay, but I know it's not hay. But it was packaged beautifully. I mean, it came packaged wonderfully. So again, this is from the Wooden Wick Co, and it is a wooden wick starter kit. And yeah, so let me flip the camera around so you can see what all came with the kit. All right, so here is what came inside the kit. So first, let's start with this gorgeous vessel. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a nice rose gold color with a wooden lid. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And that's the box that it came in. So it just came in this wooden box here. And then this is the box the wax came in, and here is the wax. So that is that. Came in this cute mason, large mason looking jar, super cute. It came with instructions, so I'll be following these instructions here. Of course, it came with a wooden wick, the end of it that I need to clip on that needs to adhere to the wick sticker, and of course a warning label, and then it came with fragrance oil. So it cockadoo, plum, and amber. Sounds interesting. And this is the package that all the small accessories came in, and then it came with this cute little like honeycomb stick, super cute, nice little touch. And it was packaged very, very nicely. So then, of course, you know, I have my pouring pitcher here, my thermometer, my stirring utensil, and my tray. All of this stuff is mine, nothing new there. And then, of course, I have my paper towels and alcohol to clean up. So let's go ahead and dive in. So I am simply just going to legit just follow this instructions. I already have my double boiler going on here. So I have a pot filled with about 1.5 inches of water, and that is getting ready to boil. And now I'm just going to prep everything. So let's start with our instructions. It says making magic. So step 1, cover your workspace, remove contents from the kit, and clean the vessel with a damp cloth. So we'll go ahead and start with cleaning the vessel. And I'll just damp it with a little bit of alcohol because that's what I like to sanitize and kind of wipe out my tools and equipment anyway. So we'll just give this a nice little wipe out. And I do this as a routine anyway. I always clean my vessels. All right, nice little wipe out there. Next, step 2, set it up. So remove wick and clip from the bag, which is already done. Press wick into clip and adhere a wick sticker to the bottom of the wick clip. Press the wick and clip to the center bottom of the vessel and repeat until all vessels have a wick companion. I love their language on here. So we only just have one vessel, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So it already comes with the wooden wick that's needed, and it came with the clip, and then here is the wick sticker. So I am just going to do what they asked me to do. So we'll go ahead and get that on there. So I got that propped on there, and then peeling back the wick sticker. Go ahead and get that. So there we go. Just kind of showing you the step-by-step process, and then we'll go ahead and put that down right in the center. So there we go. Step 3, heat things up. Remove lid from the Eco Mason jar. I love, y'all, don't y'all just love how they're explaining everything? Now it's saying to microwave each jar separately for about 3 minutes or until wax is fully liquefied. Use caution when removing the jar from microwave, as glass will be hot. So I am actually going to just use my double boiler method. But according to them, you can absolutely use a microwave. So this is really great for beginners because if you haven't purchased any additional tools and equipment like pouring pitchers and all of that good stuff, they give you a heat safe jar to just pop it right in. But I am going to use my double boiler method. So it's telling me to pretty much do the same thing to heat up and melt the wax. So in the microwave, but I am actually going to, and I'm going to save this jar. This jar is super cute, but I'm just going to pour the contents into my double boil, my pouring pitcher here. See if I can get all that out. Perfect. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this on in my water. Now I'll be right back. Now, while our wax is melting, I do kind of want to talk about the specs a little bit, just in case anybody asks. So this is a 10-ounce vessel. It's like the color, I'm just in love with the color. It's a nice rose, shiny glass vessel. And this is what it looks like, just to get another shot at it. And it comes with a wooden wick, a wooden top, and it closes just like that. So they already, it looks like they've already trimmed the wick to where it needs to be. I was actually reading the instructions and it says to trim your wick, but it looks like they've already done that for us. So that's great. But that's what it looks like. And so just so you know, that was 10 ounces of wax in here, and it was 284 grams, just so you know the specs of that. This is the, like I said, the Cockadoo Plum and Amber. That's what it looks like, just in case you're curious. And it smells quite, it's actually a nice blend. You definitely get a hit of, definitely get a punch of plum for sure, but it does have nice notes of that amber in there. I actually have one of my scents in my line, which is Amber Noir, and so I love amber. It smells amazing, and so to kind of blend it with plum, very, very nice. And this is actually 1 ounce of fragrance oil. So my guess, when it comes to starter kits, they've already measured out the wax and the amount of fragrance oil that is needed to make this vessel. So I would have to sit down and actually kind of calculate backwards to see what fragrance load percentage they're using for this. For this to be 284 grams and then, or 10 ounces, and then 1 ounce of fragrance oil. So maybe for this type of wax blend, they use more of a lower fragrance oil percentage, which means you use more wax and you tend to use less oil to balance out that ratio. My guess would maybe be around 6%, but I would have to work backwards and find that out for the calculation. But they do provide everything already measured out for you. So let's go check on the wax and all right, y'all, I have brought you all down here. So I have pulled this off the eye and let it cool to about 160. Now, when I was looking at the instructions, it did not tell me pouring temps and when to add the fragrance oil. So I am just going to stick with my philosophy here and add my fragrance oil now. I always add my fragrance oil at around 160. And so we are just going to do that. So go ahead and take this out, give that a nice little wipe, and add the fragrance oil. And it does tell us to stir for at least 2 to 3 minutes, which is what I typically do anyway. Ooh, that smells really good. All right, let's stir. All right, so I have done step 4, which actually the bamboo stick, guys, was actually made to stir. So in step 4, it actually told us to add the fragrance oil, stir for 2 to 3 minutes using the bamboo mixing spoon. So this is what this was. See, you got to read instructions. I was getting ahead of myself. All right, so now it says to carefully pour your wax and fragrance concoction into the vessel. So let's go ahead and do that. I do see in step 5, it tells me to then add my warning label. But I like to do mine before. So I went on and did that. I like to add mine right before everything is cured and everything, because sometimes you know, my mind be gone, and once I'm clipping wicks and labeling, I tend to leave this part out the picture, and we don't want to do that when you're selling candles. All right, let's go ahead and pour. It has cooled to about 140, which is usually when I pour. Again, it did not come with when to pour instructions, so I'm just using my formula that I normally do. So let's go ahead and see how it pours. That is all of it. And I like to go ahead and give it a nice little quick wipe down before the wax hardens. You saw my video 2 weeks ago. Well, by the time this is on, it will be 2 weeks, where I was giving you tips on how to clean and sanitize your tools. So after you pour, immediately give it a nice little wipe down to kind of catch before that wax hardens. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera around so we can see. All right, I hope you all can see the fill line is like right there. And that was perfect, because again, they already trimmed the wick. So look at that. Oh, I'm so excited to burn it. Yes, it poured beautifully, and it smells amazing. It smells so good. All right, everyone, that is it for now. I am actually going to let it cure for 24 hours, which is the last step on the card, and then we can light it up and see. So I'm actually going to let this cure for 24 hours, and then throughout the weekend, I am going to show some footage on how it's burning and all that good stuff. I'm going to come back, give my review on hot throw, cold throw, just the candle making process in general, and just give some overall thoughts for beginners should you be interested in this. Plus, stay tuned for a giveaway announcement. All right, catch you soon. What's up, everyone? So it is the next day and I have done my first burn test. So this has been burning for 3 hours. Yes, we are at 3 hours and you see we are just at that edge to edge. Still got a little bit ways to go, so maybe another half hour I would think. But as you can see, it is burning very nicely. Flame is not too high. Great hot throw, and I am actually in our kitchen. This is a 10 ounce, and I am in our kitchen, and it smells amazing. The hot throw is quite impressive. So this is burn test number 1, and typically what I am looking for is just making sure I can achieve that full melt pool, depending on how big the candle is, between 2 to 3 hours. But if your candle is a lot bigger, sometimes you can even stretch it to about 3.5, to make sure you achieve that edge to edge. So that's the main thing I check for the first burn, and I check for, of course, the hot throw to see if it's giving me a good scent throw, and then I'm also checking the flame, the movement, and making sure that it's burning quite steadily. So far so good. Hey y'all, I just wanted to show you, I just got through doing a second burn, and I burned it for about 3 hours, and I actually just blew it out. I wanted to kind of show you what it looked like blown out. As you could see, we did another edge to edge melt pool, and one of the main things I did look for was just, again, that scent throw. I actually had this candle burning in our master bedroom, which is kind of like a medium-sized room, just to kind of test out what that hot throw would look like. And once again, the hot throw was pretty great, actually. I'm loving the scent. I'm loving how it burns. It's a real nice slow burn. If you get real close to it, you can actually hear the wood burning, the crackling in the wood, which is pretty cool. Smells amazing. It is burning straight through, pretty even actually, which is what you want to continue to look for as you go through your subsequent burns. Is it burning straight down? Is it getting that full melt pool? Is it holding on to that memory from the previous burn? What's the hot throw? How is the flame? And all that stuff. So far so good. Hey everyone, it is actually just about a week later and I am back to give you some helpful burn tips and just to kind of recap my 2 previous burns. So with that first burn, mind you, this is a 10 ounce candle jar. I'm using a wooden wick. It was a starter kit from the Wooden Wick Co. And y'all, I am pleased. I am pleased. So with that first burn, you saw that I burned it for 3.5 hours. It was pretty much at 4 hours. I'll just go ahead and round up. About time I came back and checked on it, it was pretty much about 4 hours, and it had achieved that edge to edge melt pool, and I had burned it in our kitchen. Because it's such a bigger candle, I wanted to test it in a more open and airy space. Usually with my candles, I test them in bedrooms and bathrooms because I know my size jar is perfect for those. So this bigger jar though, tested it in our kitchen, and the hot throw was quite impressive, I must say. I loved it. I love seeing, hearing the crackle in the wood from the wooden wick. It was just so satisfying. The scent was amazing. My husband actually liked the scent, and yeah, for this to be kind of an open and airy space, and it kind of opens into our family room, I was quite impressed with being able to smell the hot throw right when I come out of our bedroom, right when we came into the, when I was testing it coming into the house from the garage and coming from that direction. I just kind of was walking around our home throughout the burn test just to kind of get an idea on where the scent throw is going, and it burned nice. The flame never got too high, which is a good sign. It wasn't dancing too much, which is also a good sign. And it reached that edge to edge melt pool in just under 4 hours. So great first burn test. And if you did not know, that first burn test is always the most important, because that is what sets that initial memory for your candle for those subsequent burns. Memory meaning if it reaches that edge to edge melt pool with that initial burn, your subsequent burns will know to do that same thing if you're trimming your wick and those following burn tests go correctly. That second burn, I actually tested it in our master bedroom, which is bigger than our kitchen, and I just wanted to see how it throwed in a bigger space. And it was quite lovely, I must say. I was burning it in the evening time, and then I brought it out here to talk to you all because our bedroom was dim and I kind of wanted to move it out here. And I had showed it to you all when I had blew it out, because I wanted you all to see what it looked like when it was not lit after the wick had burned. As you can see, parts of the wooden wick had fell off, the little soot pieces, so I did clean that out, but otherwise it had burned just as well as it did the first time. You saw even at 3 hours it was just at that edge to edge melt pool, so it burned very, very well. So when it comes to burn test, again, that first initial burn is the most important burn. It sets the tone for how your candle is going to act in those subsequent burns. And so you want to make sure when you're burn testing a candle, depending on your size jar, 2 to 3 hours is pretty standard. But when you have a much bigger candle, like the candle I was testing, going almost to 3.5, even 4 hours is okay, the bigger the candle, because your job is to make sure that that melt pool reaches edge to edge in about 2 to 3, or if you have a bigger candle, 3 to 4 hours. And that is going to help you determine how many burns can you get out of that candle, how many hours total can your candle burn. And so those burn tests are very, very, very important. Other things that I look for when I am conducting burn tests. So here's some tips for you. You want to analyze the wick, obviously. You want to make sure that your flame is not too high and that your flame is not bouncing around, giving a little dance. That is not safe. What that is saying is your flame is just unstable. So you could be burning it in a drafty area, or again, it could just be too much fragrance oil and the wick just cannot handle it. And so it's causing it to burn too high, way too hot, and it's dancing around, which can be quite hazardous. It can cause the jar to get way too hot. It could potentially crack and burn the jar when the customer, or even when you go to move the jar. Another tip, another thing you should look for, there's not excessive black smoke coming from the wick. Now, anything you light a flame to, it's going to produce smoke. That's just normal, right? Anything that you light a fire to, paper, wood, anything, it's going to become black and it's going to produce smoke. That's pretty normal. But what's not normal is if it's excessive and that's all the flame is giving out, right? And it smells more smoky than it does the scent that you're trying to achieve. So that is something you want to pay attention to. With the wooden wick, I was actually anticipating how it was going to burn just because it's wood. It's a wooden wick. And so I was quite impressed to see that it did not give off black smoke and black soot. The flame was at a nice size. Another thing you want to look for is testing out the actual container itself. There's so many different type of vessels. And I know a lot of us like to get creative and, you know, make our candles in these beautiful creative vessels. But one thing you do want to look for when you're testing your candle is whatever surface it's burning on, it does not burn through. Some tins, you know, they say they are made for candles, but I've actually tested with tins where it has literally caused a ring on our counter from testing with tins when I was fresh with candles. So it was, you know, pretty inexpensive tins. I got them off Amazon. I don't even remember because it's been a couple years, but it literally has burned a ring on our counter. So that is one thing you want to look for, that the container is conducive to the amount of heat, especially as the candle burns down. The last thing you want to do is have a customer emailing you saying that you ruined their counter. And of course, another good tip to look for is just the wick performance overall. Yes, you want to look for black smoke and soot and all of that good stuff. You want to make sure you're trimming your wick in between those burns. However, you also just want to overall look at how the wick is performing. Is it achieving the full melt pool edge to edge? Is it burning straight down? If it's burning straight down, typically that means the wick is too small, and then you'll know if your wick is too large. Also, if your flame is huge. So that could be a sign that you just either didn't trim the wick enough, or the wick is just too big for that candle, so it's causing the flame to exceed the diameter. I don't want to say exceed the diameter of the candle, but you can tell when the flame reaches several inches. I've actually had that before, and when the flame reaches several inches, it's too big for the type of container, and that can be very, very hazardous. And again, back to those points of causing the jar to get too hot. It can actually crack or break the candle, and it's just too hot to handle. So those are some easy, simple burn test tips that I wanted to give you. I am still enjoying my candle. I probably got maybe one more burn out of this candle. I've been burning it every day. With my burn test, I typically do a good 5 burn test, and then once I've taken enough notes and I see that the candle had good quality burn throughout those 5 burn tests, then I am satisfied and I feel comfortable selling it to a customer. So with that said, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and it is time for a giveaway. I am super excited for this part of the video, y'all. We are at 20,000 subscribers, 20,000 Lady C fam. OMG, big hug from me. Thank you so much for your support. Every comment, every DM, every question, anything that y'all have done to show me love, show me support, and just, allow me into your e-space, like I like to call it. I just want to say thank you. So I am actually doing 2 giveaways. So this is the first giveaway in this video. So stay tuned for the second giveaway. So that means you got to be watching my videos, upcoming videos to know. But the first giveaway is an candle making apron. I am actually modeling one right now. I have 2 designs that I have not released yet. These are Lady C exclusive candle making aprons, and I have 2 designs that I have not released yet. And this is the first design. I'm busy. I have candles to make. And my second design is I am a candle maker. So these are my exclusive aprons. I have not released these yet. Like I said, they will be for sale soon, but I thought why not include it in my first YouTube giveaway. It has 2 pockets here. It does adjust here at the neck, and then it ties in the back. So I am just super excited. So make sure you read in the description box for all the giveaway details, but it's such an easy giveaway. Number 1, you do have to be subscribed to my channel. You have to be following me at LADYC'S Digital HQ. And then number 3, just tell me one thing you have learned from Lady C since being subscribed to my channel. What new thing you have learned? So all 3 of those requirements will be in the description box. I will also be making a post on my Instagram, and then it will also have further instructions on how I will be tracking and letting you know when the giveaway details are in the description box. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right. Make sure you're following me at LADYC'S Digital HQ. And y'all, my course is open for pre-order enrollment. My coaching program does start back up on July 5th. So you can pre-order and enroll now. Everything will start July 5th, and you will get the replay of my webinar, 8 Steps to Becoming a Candle BizBoss, sent straight to your inbox for enrolling during the pre-order. Pre-order is now through July 5th. Then my entire coaching program resumes July 5th, and now you can enroll anytime. It doesn't matter. So make sure you check out my live that I did last Friday. It explains all the details as well. So until next time, bye.